Hello and welcome to our Maritime Innovations interview series. Ahead of APM 2026, we have the pleasure of speaking with Joey Chua, representing the Singapore Shipping Association. Joey Chua began his career as a marine engineer in the Republic of Singapore Navy, building a strong technical and leadership foundation. He is now the head of business improvement at AET and has previously led major digital and IT transformations across multiple global maritime organizations. Beyond his corporate role, he serves as the chair of the Digitalisation Committee and council member at the Singapore Shipping Association, advocating for digital transformation and cybersecurity advancements. Joey, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for inviting.
Joey, today we want to look at maritime digitalization from an industry level. What is progressing, where reality still lags behind ambition, and what decision makers should prioritize over the next 12 to 24 months. Let's start with the big picture. So, from the Singapore Shipping Association's perspective, where does the maritime industry currently stand when it comes to digitalization, and where the gap between ambition and reality?
Singapore maritime sector, sees itself at the crossroad of digital revolution. It's driven by major advancement like what you see now with data explosion, AI, automation, and obviously connectivity, which was always a problem, for shipping. Many operations and operators have already run on digital platforms, improving their visibility and resilience. However, large gaps remain. Especially in Singapore for SMEs, small medium enterprise, due to skills shortage, cybersecurity concerns, and uncertainty about the ROI. They do not have a full-fledged IT team typically to help them envision what their ROI is supposed to be. That's why there's still a need to raise the level of digital adoption and ensure that companies build the fundamentals. To fill the gap, SSA, SME Capability Development Program provides support for SMEs members, equipping them with the practical skills required to adopt and implement digital solutions at an organizational level. As AI continues to strive, as we all know, we are also at the forefront in educating our members on AI adoption and working with industry partners to bring AI literacy to a good working standard. We are not only teaching about generative AI, simple stuff like this, but we really want to embed that into maritime operation. And that's why SSA has rolled out several courses since 2025 to focus on the practical application of AI in our business. And we will continue to introduce AI courses to help educate our members in 2026.
I mean, that is a very grounded reality check. If we zoom in on those gaps you mentioned across different shipping segments, what are the most common challenges you see SSA members struggling with right now?
Skills shortage and limited IT leadership capacity, continue to hinder digitalization efforts, especially, which I mentioned earlier, SMEs. They struggle to build internal capabilities, to help them develop plans, strategies to adopt such challenges. Of course, cost is also an issue. Like many companies that operated with outdated systems, as we are all aware that in the shipping industry, a lot of OEM systems on board the vessel, some are really quite old, and they are not compatible with newer solutions. And integration of these legacy systems, paired with complex operational procedures that we have, it makes it a complex and costly endeavor to actually integrate all of them together. Cybersecurity remains a key concern as well. That is why as SSA, we are also constantly advocating cybersecurity and helping the industry as a whole and our members to be more resilient. Example is the CISA index, or we call it the cybersecurity scorecard, that was launched in 2024. We believe this is one of the first, if not the only one that is available now. This is a free self-assessment tool which allows the industry to benchmark their cybersecurity posture, and is complemented by the CISA insurance, which offers coverage for maritime cybersecurity, which is not often found in traditional maritime insurance policies.
What would you say? How critical are common standards and interoperability for digital solutions in shipping? And where do you see the biggest fragmentation issues today?
This comes up in every forum I go to, in the shipping industry. Common standards and interoperability for digital solutions in shipping are critical, just like many other business that we have, as essential for efficient and seamless multi-stakeholders communication. Given that our industry is a complex one consisting of different stakeholders with different levels of technological maturity, I see it as a language, right? If I'm speaking Japanese and you start speaking German, this will never work, right? So without a global regulatory standard for data collection, it makes it difficult to collate data and track operational data, making it obviously challenging to achieve harmonized operation, as there's a lack of common language between jurisdiction and ports, for example. This fragmentation can also influence regulatory policies, for example, right? Data provide crucial insights on industry trends for regulators, which plays a key factor in policy making. Fragmented data may paint an incomplete picture of what is happening at sea, resulting in misalignment between industry and also the regulatory bodies.
And if standards need industry-wide alignment, that's exactly where associations can make a difference. What role can an industry association like the SSA realistically play in accelerating the digital adoption beyond workshops, white papers, and pilot initiatives?
Industry associations such as SSA provide shared platforms to ensure that all voices, regardless from SMEs to MNCs, are heard. There's tons of perspectives across the maritime ecosystems. These perspectives are crucial in forming the maritime digital landscape in Singapore, and it's key to ensure that all stakeholders are aligned and working towards a common goal of digitally enhanced operational efficient maritime Singapore. SSA can encourage early adopters of technology solutions, where beyond individual balance sheets, experience gains from pilots and early trials can benefit the whole of the maritime ecosystem in Singapore. By sharing successful case studies, we can demonstrate the benefits of digital solutions and actual operational applications, thereby accelerating digital adoption. And this is why at SSA, we partner with industry players like APM to engage in the industry and to spread the message.
Given that you see both the operator realities and the solution landscape, from an industry-wide point of view, what do technology providers often underestimate when approaching shipping companies with digital solutions?
Shipping still remains as a rather conservative industry, right? Organization resistance internally and stakeholder management is often the biggest barrier which solution providers fail to see. Hence, digital solutions providers must account for long-established workflows, safety, and various stakeholders in the ecosystem. Integration with legacy system, especially OT system, which I mentioned earlier, are often not accounted for and can result in high costs, and with that means lower ROI.
Joe, thank you. That was exactly the kind of industry-level clarity we wanted. Practical, realistic, and very relevant for decision makers. Thanks again for representing the SSA perspective here and also APM, and I'm looking forward to continuing the conversation. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you very much.